What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. We are back at the game store. Got Ryan here.
Hello.
Got Abby over here.
Hi.
And we are working on stuff. Ryan right now is removing stickers from NES games because Abby pretty much finished that spreadsheet aside from, well, she put all the UPCs in over our weekend, which is what is most time consuming, at least for part of it. So Ryan's removing stickers. He is alphabetizing them so that we can go through the list and make sure that what we have on the shelf is what we have in the spreadsheet. Abby and I are scanning Wii games because we got that spreadsheet set up last week. So I'm hoping that we can get NES and Wii done today. If we could do 2 systems in one day, that would be awesome. So we're going to keep working and get as much stuff done as we can today. All right, guys, we didn't really do too much filming today because we were just working, being super busy, but all the Wii games are done. These are all in the system. They are all stickered. There's some here. The rest are over here. Everything is done. We also got all of the NES games done. They're in the process of being stickered. Here's some stickers. There's some more. But they are all accounted for. They are all entered. And these ones here are completely done. Ryan got the stickers on and got them put away. So tomorrow, there's also those Mario Bros. Duck Hunts, which we have 78 copies of. So tomorrow, Ryan will finish putting all the stickers on these. Abby said tonight she's going to work on Game Boy Advance UPCs, and those might be ready to do tomorrow. This shelf here, I put the little brackets on. They are actually not the same brackets as the old ones. They don't hold it. I can show you guys right here. They don't hold it very secure. It's not really moving, but it could. You can see it's not snug. The other problem, though, is that this new grid wall that we bought is different from the old stuff. I mentioned it before, but these squares are pretty big. The squares here are pretty small. The problem is that these shelves are the same as those shelves. And this part of it right here is supposed to rest against this, and it's not, as you can see. So there should be a bar going across right here that is not there because these are smaller. So the problem, I put some games up here. The problem is that this shelf is sitting too flat and the games want to fall forward. When they're back like that, obviously they're leaning backwards, they're not going to fall. So we have to find some way to basically move this shelf out like this. Not too much, but it needs to go out about that far. So about 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to need to get something that we can attach to the back of the grid wall, and then it will just like rest behind the shelves. I don't want to use something that's going to look bad. So it's going to need to be, black, but I don't know if we could get like a little black, I don't know, like a 1x2, I think would be perfect. We can just put it right along. We can just zip tie it on with the black zip ties. We would just need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'd need 10 of those that are 48 inches long. So maybe we can get those at Home Depot. Maybe they have them already like pre-sized and everything. We'll see. But yeah, unfortunately, until we do that, we can't put any games on here because they're just going to fall off. I was going to try to put the GameCube on, which is going to go here to get it out of the way because it's all just sitting on the ground. But yeah, we'll figure that out sometime. Kitten. I read through a lot of your guys' comments on yesterday's vlog. You have asked, and I am here to deliver. So, some of the stuff that was asked are things that I just responded to. I don't think that they need a video segment, but there are definitely some things that you guys wanted to see in the game room. Some people had ideas for kind of like top 5, top 10 different types of things, like you know, top 5 favorite games from different systems, top 10 games of the last 10 years, favorite accessories in the collection, kind of stuff like that. And I can definitely do those at a later date, but I wanted to just pick out a bunch of things that I could do quick right now for this video, and just handle as many as I can. So let's jump into it. Somebody wanted to see my smallest game collection, and that is the N-Gage. So I've only got 4 games. One of them is a duplicate, which now that I'm looking at it, I'll probably sell it. I don't think it's worth much, but I have Pandemonium, factory sealed copy, Sonic N, and Tomb Raider. The duplicate that I have is another Tomb Raider. The reason that I kept both is because this one was opened, this one was sealed on the side here, but looking at the Pandemonium, which is fully factory sealed, I guess I'm not sure if this one ever came fully factory sealed. I'm not super familiar with N-Gage games. I don't have a system either. So if this is supposed to be fully sealed, I'll probably just sell this one. I don't really care too much, but that is probably my smallest collection, but let's take a look at some of my other smaller collections. Next up is the Virtual Boy. The North American set of Virtual Boy games is only 14 titles total, and this is a set that I am currently working on, so it's still a small set, even though I've got over half of it done. So in alphabetical order, we have 3D Tetris, Galactic Pinball, these are all complete in box, Golf, Mario Clash, Red Alarm, Vertical Force, Virtual League Baseball, and then I also have a factory sealed copy of that one. It's super cheap, even sealed. And then Wario Land. So for the Virtual Boy, I'm still missing Nestor's Funky Bowling, Jack Bros, which is the really, really expensive one, and Waterworld. Those 3 are all pretty expensive, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's a few more. I need a Mario Golf. Like, I've got the Virtual Boy system that comes with Mario Golf, but it'd be nice to get a Mario Golf by itself. I don't know if they were ever released without, like, I know that there's like a display box for it that is this size. I don't know if they ever did like a standard release of it. If they didn't, then I would probably just want to get the display box. But yeah, I think I'm still missing a couple other games. I have everything written down, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But the majority of what I have here are the cheaper titles. 3D Tetris is, I think it's like $150-ish, and Nestor's Funky Bowling is a little bit cheaper than that. But Waterworld and Jack Bros especially, like Jack Bros, I saw one at PRGE last year for $650, and I was going to buy it because I thought that was a good price, but when I saw it, the box was really, really beat up, so I decided to pass on that one. But I think it's gone up now, so that kind of sucks. But those are the 2 smallest collections that I have. I guess if you want to say like Neo Geo, I've got this little Neo Geo X Mega Pack Volume 1. It goes to the Neo Geo X Gold. I don't really count that though. I don't know. My Vita collection would probably be next. I don't really feel like showing that. If you guys want to see it, I guess let me know, but I've got two like special editions that are really cool, and then the rest is just kind of like common stuff, not even collector's editions. But so yeah, let's get on to the next thing. Somebody was asking about DS and 3DS games. They said they didn't see any in the room when I was walking around. I have my one of my lights here, so it kind of covers it, but this is original DS here on this shelf. There's one 3DS game up top there, that Kingdom Hearts. And then the 3DS, well, here's the systems. There's a ton of them. And then 3DS is right here. So, got all those. And then I have like some special editions and stuff that are kind of just everywhere. Like some of them are like, there's one up there. I don't know, they're kind of everywhere, but these are the majority of the special editions. that we have. And there's some other like big box ones in here as well. And then DSi games right there. A few people were asking for me to talk about like different things that I'm on the lookout for, whether it's games, consoles, little trinkets and knickknacks and stuff like that. And the easiest answer, I've kind of talked about it before, but for me, I typically don't ever look for like really specific type stuff, especially when we're not going game hunting and I'm just at the store. I kind of just take what I can get, whatever comes in that is interesting to me. I try to focus on one or two systems at a time. At first, it was Wii U and N64. I finished both of those sets, minus a couple N64 manuals, which I think I needed 3 or 4 more, and I have 2 of them in the mail right now. They're all cheaper ones. So now I'm focusing on the Virtual Boy and the GameCube. So there's a few particular games that I'm looking for, and we're not obviously going game hunting now with COVID-19, but before that, when we were game hunting and stuff, when we go to retro stores, I was particularly looking at GameCube and then Virtual Boy if they had any. So that's pretty much it. I'm not really looking out for any particular consoles. I'm not really looking for any particular knickknacks or anything like that. And aside from some of the hard-to-find GameCube games and the Virtual Boy games that I still need, I'm not really even looking for any particular games. Like, when you're first starting out collecting, there might be certain games you want to get so that you can play them and start your collection and stuff. But for me, at least, when my collection's at this kind of size, I have more than enough to play. So there isn't really anything in particular that I'm actively seeking out. The majority of the games that I have been playing are on the Switch, and if a game comes out that I'm interested in, like Animal Crossing, of course, I will pick that up. That was another question, though. People were asking, what retro games do I typically play? And to be honest with you, I haven't really played much aside from my Switch for a while. The last retro game that I really played, I played through Super Mario 64 again. That's my favorite game of all time. I was playing through it at the store. We had a copy that I just had in the tester system behind the counter, and whenever we weren't busy, I would just sit down and play. But yeah, aside from that, I'm pretty much just playing my Switch, which I really enjoy. I love the Switch. I believe, like, I'm always going to say N64 is my favorite console because it's, it has my favorite game, Mario 64, but it also, I had it at the right time. It came out when I was 7. That's like the perfect time. And I think we got it like a year or 2 later. Probably like in 98, I think we got it. But Mario 64 was one of the first games that I beat by myself. I've put probably thousands of hours into Super Mario 64. I just love it. So the N64, I think, will always be my favorite console, but Switch has quickly become number 2. I love the GameCube. I love the Super Nintendo, and there's some great games on there, but like for me, for the Switch, I have probably put more hours into the Switch than, maybe not GameCube, but definitely more than Super Nintendo. Just in the past few years with the Switch being out, I have played through and beaten more games than I have beaten in the past 10 years, which it's not even that many. A lot of times I will not beat a game. I will play a portion of it and then move on to something else. But with the Switch, there's just so many good games. I love it so much. And I love the Pro Controller. It feels great. I do not play handheld mode. I only typically play docked on the television. So Joy-Con drift, luckily, is not an issue for me because I'm using the Pro Controller. But I do love the Pro Controller, and I do love the Switch. But yeah, I'm not really looking out for anything super particular. There is one game for the Switch that I saw that I thought was really interesting that I wanted to get, called Evoland. And I believe it was a Super Rare Games title, and I didn't pick it up new, like from Super Rare, and I think now it's like $120 or something when it was $30 new. So that kind of sucks. I would be on the lookout for that one, but I don't want to pay $130 or whatever it's going for. I'd like to get it cheaper because I want to play it, so an opened copy would be perfect. But even that, if I saw one for $80, I probably wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean? I'm not really looking for anything in particular. So somebody asked a bunch of questions that I would consider to be rapid fire that I can answer pretty quick. My most prized piece in my game collection is the Pokemon Snap Station. And I know that I had that at the store for a while. Now it's at home. It's not even in the game room because there's no room. It's actually like in what we call the sitting room. It's basically the room that you enter into once you come into the house. But the reason that that's probably my number one is because it's the thing that I've wanted for my collection the longest. So even when I lived in Florida, you know, the first kiosk I got was my Nintendo 64 one, which I don't even have another one now. I'd love to get one, but even way back then, that was like 2000, that must have been early 2012. Even way back then, I wanted a Pokemon Snap Station, and I never found one for sale. This was in Florida, so I was looking, you know, locally. I never saw one for sale. Never, ever. And then, finally, before I got the one we have now, somebody in Eugene, Oregon had one for sale for $2,000. And that's like double what they go for. And I still was considering it because I was like, man, I really, really, really want one. I'm really glad that I didn't buy it because less than a year or two later, I ended up getting the one that we have now for $900. And it came with like a bunch of extra stuff, which is really cool. So that's probably my number one. He also asked, where do you get like box protectors and stuff? And the primary source that we buy from is retroprotection.com. And they have protectors for all sorts of different stuff, not just video games. They have them for pop figures and other types of action figures and stuff. They even have specialized ones. So we have this protector for the Earthbound box. Got that from them. I have one for the Super Bomberman Party Pack for the Super Nintendo. We even have them for... There's a few other things. I'm trying to... Oh. Let me move that. So we even have them for like our 3DS consoles. So they have box protectors for a ton of different things. Here's my limited edition Mariners DS Lite, which is factory sealed. That's kind of cool. But yeah, they have protectors for pretty much anything. And then the other place, which I used to buy from until I discovered the new place, is videogameboxprotectors.com. They have, I mean, their prices are pretty much identical. They have a way smaller selection, but there have been a couple instances where we've gone to Retro Protection to buy something, and they are sold out. So we go to Video Game Box Protectors instead, and they typically have it. That happened last time we tried to order Game Boy Advance box protectors. We had to go to videogameboxprotectors.com instead. So, let me see what else he asked. He asked, what is the best way to kind of learn which special editions or collector's edition games are coming out? And this is obviously something that not everyone can do, but for me, it's YouTube. A lot of people message us or ask us, hey, did you pre-order this? Did you hear about this one? And that's obviously super helpful. Before we had that coming in through YouTube, I just had a lot of collector friends who were going after collector's editions, and, you know, they would tell me. I remember when I was living in Florida, Sam and I were both collecting. We were going after like 3DS special editions, and that like they came out and everything. And every time like we'd go to GameStop, when you go to GameStop, you can ask for they can print you out a list of like upcoming games that are up for pre-order, and the list will tell you if it's a special edition or a collector's edition. So we would do that all the time, and if I ended up seeing one that I was like, oh, that's a new one, let me pre-order it, I would tell Sam, and he would do the same. So that's a good way. Another really good way, though, is to join Facebook groups. And there's hundreds of them out there, but I am part of a few different ones. Some big ones, some smaller ones. In particular, I'm in a group that is strictly for like limited run type stuff. Not just limited run, but super rare games, strictly limited games, I Am 8-Bit, like all those small companies that are releasing games, they're on top of that. So I just check that every now and then, see what's coming up. And then he also asked, outside of video games, do I have any other hobbies? And as you guys probably know, music is a big one for me. Since I'm so busy working on the store and everything all the time, I don't get to play music too often. Obviously, I don't live near my bandmates anyway, but I listen to music every single day, and I really, really love music. I used to be a drummer. Wish I still had time to play or a space to play, but just don't at the moment. So I'm a vocalist in a death metal band called Monotheist, and we tour maybe once every year or two. And so that's probably my next biggest hobby outside of gaming. I also really enjoy watching television shows. I'm not really big into movies. I like TV shows more. I like all of the adult cartoons like Family Guy, American Dad, Futurama, The Simpsons, Rick and Morty, stuff like that. I'm not really into a lot of the Adult Swim ones, though. Rick and Morty's great, but like Boondocks, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken, Venture Bros, stuff like that, I'm not into. Metalocalypse, I don't like either. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I used to enjoy skateboarding a lot. Haven't really done that too much recently, but I think I could still probably, land a kickflip if I tried. Maybe at some point when everything is settled back down, we'll try to make it up to Seattle to hang out with Kelsey and Cody from Pink Gorilla. I know that he kind of skateboards sometimes on his live streams and stuff, so maybe him and I can try to go skateboard somewhere. That'd be kind of fun. If you guys want to see that, I guess let him know that I'm down to do that. I guess I'll text him at some point. If we're ever going to go up there, I'll see if he wants to do that, but that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Gaming, obviously, because I have the store and everything, gaming and buying and selling games is, the main thing that I'm into. It's the main thing that we do. Somebody also asked, what is this Hollow Knight plush? And this is also a Katamari one right there. But these are little plush bundles that Best Buy was selling. I don't know if they still have them, but they did a few different ones. So this is a Hollow Knight one. It's the plush, and then it comes with a digital download code for the game as well. And it looks like there's some stickers in the bottom. But these things are really, really cool. So I got this one, and then we got the Katamari reroll one, and then Abby also got the Stardew Valley one. She has the Stardew plushies set up out on her computer desk. I think those are the only 3 that we ended up grabbing. I don't even know if they did any more than that, but from what I knew, they were Best Buy only. And like I said, I don't even know if they still do them, but you should be able to pick them up off eBay if they don't still carry them. But I'm pretty sure that some of them are not cheap now. I don't follow the prices on stuff that we already have typically, because once I get it, I don't need to follow the price. That's just kind of how it is for me. But a while back, somebody was asking if we could help them pick them up and ship them into Canada. And I remember looking at them and being like, yeah, they're not cheap. I think even at that time, they were like $50-$60. And I believe new they were like 20 to 30. So I don't know. If you're interested, you can check them out, I suppose. But like I said, I think they were Best Buy only. Hopefully that is enough to tide you guys over until tomorrow's vlog. Tomorrow we're going back to the store, of course. Abby, Ryan, and I are going to be continuing to work on stuff. And I think the plan is to have Ryan finish up tagging the NES games. I need to go through some of the Wii games and make sure that we have the correct tags. The only issue with the new system is that the tags that it prints, like the price tags, it doesn't have a huge area for the title, so the titles end up getting cut off. And we have a separate listing for Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy Nintendo Selects version. And it says Nintendo Selects in the title, but you can't see that on the tag, so we have to scan them in to read the full title. I just need to go through, make sure that we have the right tags on the right versions. And then after that, the Wii games will be done. So I'll be working on putting those away. Abby is working on gathering all of the UPCs for the Game Boy Advance games. She has already started. She said she's about halfway done. She's currently sleeping, so she did it earlier. She said she's about halfway done, so she will be finishing up that while I finish up putting away the Wii games. Ryan will be messing with the NES games, getting those done, and then hopefully by the time Ryan and I finish, Abby's getting close to being done with the Game Boy Advance stuff, and we'll start working on those. If she's not, then Ryan and I will probably enter the PSP and the PS Vita games because those collections are pretty small. So those ones won't take very long. But as of right now, what we have left to do at the store, we have Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS. That includes loose and ones with cases. We have PS2, which is going to be the biggest one. We have Super Nintendo, and we have Sega Genesis, and then PSP and Vita. And once that's done, then we have all the consoles, accessories, toys, all the rest of that random stuff. And then at that point, we will be ready to finish up the website. And the amount of stuff that I have to do with the website, I don't think will take more than 1 or 2 days. We got to get all the pictures done. We got to get the shipping stuff set up, because right now, it's set up to just have a flat shipping rate of $4, which that's not going to work. It might work if you buy one game, but I need to figure out how to get it set up. Basically, the flat shipping rate is standard. That's how it comes. And you have to purchase an upgrade to be able to do calculated shipping based on the buyer's address and the weight and the size of the items and stuff like that. So that really sucks, but I think it'll be fine. It's like $30 for the upgrade. $30 a one-time purchase. So that'll be all fine. I just don't want to purchase it until we're actually ready to kind of move along with it. But that's the plan. So hopefully we can get through as much stuff as we can. We did really, really good today. I know I didn't film, but like I said, we were so busy. We got basically Wii and NES done. We did a lot of work beforehand to get ready for today, but getting 2 systems done as much as we did in one day was really, really awesome. That was a freaking bubble that I just blew. Well, that was weird. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Don't forget to smack the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.